Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo, and if you're watching this video live, that means you are part of a very exclusive club. So exclusive that two of you are watching right now. I'm a little late. I apologize for that. I kind of got pulled two different directions. It was very uncomfortable. I have sewn myself back together, and I'm here to present the... Did I mention that this video is live? It is, and I get asked all the time, literally all the time, Chris, how do you save money getting the Star Wars stuff that you get? How do you save money? I'm asked by everybody. Everybody's talking about it. It's nobody has ever asked me. Not one person on this planet to this point has asked me how I save money on Star Wars stuff. I mean, maybe they thought it, but they never actually vocalized it to me. So no one has ever asked the question that I'm about to answer definitively. So I've got a few guidelines that I follow when I do save money on Star Wars stuff. I do pay full price for some Star Wars things, and for a lot of other things, I don't pay full price. So one of the first tips I have is wait for a coupon. I know that sounds obvious, but you know there are certain stores that have a regular cadence of coupons, or every so often you could save 20%, up to half off. You just kind of you have to keep your eye out, for those kinds of deals. But this is important, and I'll come back to this, especially with a couple of the tips that I have down the list. But just waiting for a coupon, it may be enough. Because I'll look at something and say, I don't know if that's worth 15, but maybe 7? 7, I could do that. Yeah, for sure, 7. And then I wait until I get a coupon, and sometimes it'll happen online because I've signed up for something, or, see it in the store or whatever. Just waiting for a coupon, and then you buy it. Because then instead of being out the full price, you kind of feel better about the purchase. Even if it's a lot, even if 7 is a lot for you, you didn't at least pay full price because you waited for a coupon. Second tip, in terms of saving money on Star Wars stuff, go thrifting. Like, you're going to find amazing discoveries. It's like and I have a lot of shopping experiences, but my favorite shopping experience, quite honestly, is thrifting. I've gone to estate sales, and certainly have enjoyed my time there. I think the most interesting thing I ever picked up from an estate sale was, let's see if I can grab it here. This is the most interesting thing. I got lucky getting this Vader on card, ESB, but the 41 back, by the way. With a survival kit mail away. This would complement my Star Wars 12-back Vader back there. But I got that at an estate sale. I didn't necessarily get it for a good price, though. So estate sales aren't as interesting for me, and I don't necessarily flip a lot of these things, which I could very well do, and probably should. At some point, I'm probably going to open my own toy store. Stay tuned for that. But going thrifting is fun. It's the thrill of the hunt. You never know what you're going to find. And you may very well live in an area where you can't easily go thrifting. Well, I'm sorry. Move to an area that has better thrifting. And by the way, I use a lot of these tips, even though I talk about Star Wars stuff, I use a lot of these tips for other things, other parts of my life. I don't go thrifting for food, but when we buy food, it's fruits and veggies. We're a largely vegan household. I say largely because our daughter, 4 years old, she's mostly vegetarian. Like, what are we going to say? No, you cannot have that candy bar because it's milk chocolate. I mean, come on. I'm not Darth Vader. I like collecting Darth Vader, but I'm not Darth Vader, right? So, we end up getting... let's say 5 avocado for $1.50. That's crazy. But we know where to look. We know where to shop, right? Or we wait for a coupon. Today I got 4 containers of strawberries, normally be $3 a piece, for $1.25 a piece. The store was running a special. I waited for a coupon. I'm like, we'll get strawberries when they're on sale. And lo and behold, they were on sale. So that dovetails into the third tip. Be willing to be surprised. See, that's the thing. When you kind of live around that kind of budget, it's kind of almost like the antithesis of being American, right? Because being American is, I have the right to walk into the store and buy this, bladder buster of soda, right? Okay. Yeah, when you want something and you're craving something, you need something, I'm not going to say no. But, like, when I walk into a store, when I'm doing my errands, sometimes I don't know what I'm looking for. Sometimes I do. Sometimes we're looking for something specific, but sometimes I don't know. And they may have something on discount or a manager special or clearance. Be willing to be surprised, especially with Star Wars stuff. I was willing to be surprised and ended up yielding these 3 figures as well as some other things that I'm going to save for tomorrow. I think I'm going to start something like, my Thrift Score Fridays or something, because I get things throughout the week when I'm doing my errands, and so I'm going to just kind of try to hold them all together for just one video on Fridays. But be willing to be surprised. You can't go in thinking, I'm going to get this, unless you want it. Be willing to be surprised. And for an example of that might be Chopper. This was on sale at a Target for the longest time, originally like $14. And I looked at it, I'm like, I wouldn't really want it necessarily. Like, I collect the Vader stuff, so that's interesting to me, even though he doesn't have his helmet. But it's not. I don't necessarily chase these, the vinyl from Funko. But today it was on sale. You see clearance marked down to $4.18. So I waited for a coupon, effectively a coupon, a discount, store discount, and was willing to be surprised. I didn't need it, I didn't want it. I obviously wanted it, but not so much. I'm like, I need to have it the first thing that I see, right? So I went for it. I'm probably going to remove the Vader from container. Luke may go somewhere else throughout the house, but the Vader stays in this room. The next tip I have is don't collect everything, which I know is very difficult when it comes to Star Wars. I know it is. I hear you. You want all the things. The problem is you can't, because there's probably not enough room, and I keep telling myself that. I can't get everything, and there are times that I see something, I'm like, boy, that'd be great, but the size, do I want it that badly? Do I need it that badly? Do I need Star Wars things? Oh yes, the answer is definitively yes. I think we all do. But you can't collect everything. So find your limitations. Realize when, do you already have this? Are you satisfied enough? Because when it comes to collecting, that's the thing, is like, you're never fully satisfied. That's the beauty of it, right? But you have to set those limitations. Otherwise, you'll be like me, and it'll be out of control. And you wind up doing videos on YouTube, talking about your fascination. You're not a hoarder. You are a collector. So on that front, have a focus. I've talked about this at times in the past. There are certainly exceptions to this rule, but I tend to be someone who, I have a focus. I like the Darth Vader stuff. When there's an array of vinyl sitting on the shelf, even pop vinyl, by and large, I'm like, okay, I'm only going to get the Vader. I only want that's the one, because I don't have the space for all the others. I'm not a pop collector. I collect pop vinyl, the Vader stuff, and some of the chases, but it's not. I have to consider, is this within my focus? So I don't necessarily get the lightsaber stuff outright. Sometimes I'll get it thrifting, because it's not my thing. So I'm not going to spend the money if it's not my thing. It's not going to spark joy, like true spark joy. Like, I already have like 7 lightsabers that Jedi and I play with all the time. So I don't really need another one unless it tells a story, it's a good discount, or whatever it happens to be. But having that focus kind of keeps everything narrowed in terms of what it is that would potentially put you over budget or keep you from saving money. Or again, kind of dovetailing, wait for a coupon. Like, is it worth $10? Not to me. Is it worth $4? Okay, for sure. So having a focus can also help. And so you may not know your focus. Some people say, well, where do I start with collecting? Start with what you know. Start with what you like. Start with what you enjoy. And then go from there, right? Because, just because I like Darth Vader stuff doesn't mean you do. Just because I have the AT-AT driver, like a Focus Chase collection, it doesn't mean that you do, right? Just because I like figures more than I like statuettes, everyone wants something different. And I think that's okay. There's plenty of room in the fandom to like or not like something. We all don't have to like the same things. Another tip that I have for saving money with Star Wars stuff is watching social feeds or targeted shows. There are plenty of fantastic creators out there doing podcasts, YouTube videos of all kinds on Instagram and Twitter and beyond. Yakface is a primary example. Jason, he's been a supporter of mine absolutely for some number of years, and I knew of Yakface for the longest time, and we I think ultimately crossed paths when I tuned in for the Realm recap. And this was right around the time of The Force Awakens. I'm like, I'm glad I'm following Jason or Yakface, face because he's connected with the community. More importantly, he'll tell you when something's on sale, where it's on sale, where you can get it, how to get it. I mean, he's clued in specifically to the collector community, and it's really super appreciated. And there are other people and other groups out there like that who will tell you those things. So one of the values that, you know, I find is being able to share that information with others. So you may want to pop in, quote unquote, pop in. This is not a pop. Pop into your Target to see if in that section you can find items on clearance. I may have saved you money. Or you should note that if you're near a Ross store, they're now getting the Force Link 2.0 Toys R Us, previous Toys R Us exclusives sold online for maybe about $15. These are retailing for $7. So that's a pretty good score as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure if they're going to go any less than that. But these are at Ross stores, at least here in the U.S., and it may be different, you know, when you're international. But now you know. Now you know to look, because I clued you in. So, you know, kind of pay attention to what the community's doing. Follow those people who provide that kind of value to you, and you can save you money. That's how I found out about the General Grievous figure. I guess it's kind of exclusive. I haven't seen it in every store, but it retails for $30. But Barnes & Noble had it out of stock online for $20. They had it marked to $20. And if you go to Best Buy, bestbuy.com, they will price match. So I was able to order it on Best Buy by talking to the chat agent, saying, here's the link, and jumping through a few flaming hoops. But I ended up saving, you know, a third on this Black Series General Grievous figure. I mean, why? Again, you know, you've got to so there's a tip, right? You know, those are the reasons why you want to stay clued into your community. Even if it's not Star Wars, your community is going to provide you the best insight for saving money. So, you know, people ask why I don't do tech anymore. Dude, I just talked about going to a website. But that's none of my business. What? It's a website. That's technology. I use technology to save money. Okay, so the next thing I talked about, you know, waiting for clearance. This is kind of hard, but if you don't need it or you don't love it and you feel it's going to be around, because that's a gamble, because sometimes these things aren't. Don't buy something upon release, because it may get discounted. If you know by previous history that a certain type of product, like a figure multi-pack that may normally retail for like $40, will eventually go down to $20 or maybe even less than that, wait. If you can wait, because especially if it's peg warming, right? The multi-pack solo figure set is one example, a Target exclusive. They've sat there by and large. I picked one up, but I'm like, these things are going to go on sale. Haven't gone on sale yet, but they will, and they'll probably drop like a rock in terms of you know, going not just from 30% or 50%. It may go immediately to 50% and then to 70% off. So don't feel you need to buy something upon release unless you know that there's a lower chance that you're going to be able to get it and you really want it, and you're willing to not save money on something. So you could also set up searches on sale sites. That's something that you could do there. I'm not going to make any recommendations specifically because there are a few things out there, but kind of being proactive in terms of searching for the thing that you want or the things that you're looking for can help, because then those results come to you, or could come to you. Be willing to walk away. That's probably the hardest part. And I went around and around and around like that with the Dejarik set, right? When I was there at Galaxy's Edge, and I was like, if I walk, and I'm like, yeah, it's nice and I want it, but it's big, and can I do it? And I don't know. But I got it. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. I don't. So I was not willing to walk away from that. There were a few things I was willing to walk away from at Galaxy's Edge, because I can only carry so much. Let me tell you, that was quite a workout. Quite a workout. So yeah, those are, you know, a handful of tips that I kind of adhere to, you know, when it comes to, you know, saving money on a great many things. And by the way, that for whatever it's worth also includes Lego. This particular solo set was 50% off. So I waited, and I got it 50% off. So Lego sets go on sale, too. The best time of year, by the way, for Lego sets, Star Wars or not, is the end of the year, holiday. Holiday stuff, you will see things dropping 30% off, 40% off, and that's when you get those sets. Like, seriously, I mean, I can't remember the last time I bought a Lego set full priced. I can't. Because I haven't. Because I'm like, I know this is going to go on sale. Do I need it? Right now, no. Am I willing to... 40% off? For sure. 40% off for Lego sets is usually like a threshold if I want it, but I don't even when a Lego set's 40% off, I don't like, okay, I'm going to get it because I don't want anything in it, right? Just having it isn't the thing. It's like I wanted this particular set because I wanted the Emphas Nest minifigure. Not so much Weasel. Weasel's cool, but the Emphas Nest figure, I was happy to have. I'm a figure guy. That's, I find my focus, right? That's figures. Those are the things that I tend to chase. So that, you keep paying attention, keep tuning in, keep listening to your favorite community supporters. And yeah, obviously I'm talking about Star Wars stuff specifically because that's my fandom, but this applies to anything and everything. There's certain tips that kind of transcend these fandoms. So I know that there's never going to be a lack of Star Wars stuff for sale out there or Star Wars stuff available. Everyone's going to find their own path, if you will. You choose your own path. But you just know that even though it's Star Wars, doesn't mean you have to pay full price. Because I don't. I just don't. I wait for a lot of things. Some things I do not. Some things I'm like, no, I don't know if this is going to be around and I really want it. And I'll regret not getting it. But you find your groove, you find your thing, and you stick with it. Someone's asking if there'll ever be another home office tour. Here's the thing. The last home office tour I did was a few years ago, and people were so upset. They were upset at me because there were too many Darth Vader things here. So, spoiler alert, there are even more Darth Vader things in my play shop. I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll do another tour. Not at any point in the near future, though. I do have to mention Cheesy Sword. Thank you. I caught that and I tweeted out from the Star Wars Radar account. You became a member. You can become a member of this channel or the Star Wars Radar channel. And thank you for that, Cheesy Sword. So I tweeted you out, gave you a shout out. Really appreciate that. I'm rolling out of this video into the live Star Wars Radar interactive community chat, where I'll answer community questions to the Star Wars, what's on your Star Wars radar for today. But the videos I'm doing in this channel are more targeted for the things that I would like to cover specifically. The Star Wars Radar channel is for the things that you and I want to cover together. It's just kind of hanging out, if you will. So you're welcome to join us there. You're welcome to follow. We are on every social platform you can think of, broadcasting live on just about every social platform for Star Wars Radar. It's just something that I love. It's completely it's a departure from what I do, for Intel on a daily basis, and so it's kind of something I look forward to at the end of every day. Everybody needs something to look forward to, and as much as I look forward to enabling the community within Intel, or who feel like they are a part of the community of Intel on the outside, I have just as much fun engaging who I believe my personal community is, and that is fellow Star Wars fans and potentially collectors. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And maybe you have other tips, feel free to comment. I approve the comments that come through, most of them. I don't have the answers to everything, right? I may have missed something. That's the thing about the internet. We can always add to it, right? So I appreciate that everybody tuned in to the very end. I did get clarification, by the way, as a reminder from yesterday. I will be showing my first impressions of the OnePlus 7 Pro soon, but not today. I don't know when. I'm gonna jump into the Star Wars Radar live stream. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you. Jedi's not here to say always.